Aloha kakahiaka, that's good morning in Hawaiian, coming to you live from Hilo, Hawaii. It's time for Hula at Home with Leialoha, and I am Leialoha. Welcome, welcome. Here, like I said, we're here in Hilo, Hawaii, bringing it to you live now. I know many of you have been with me from the beginning. We're on session number 5 already, but if you're here for the first time, folks, welcome. As I mentioned, my name is Leialoha. I come to you from Hilo, Hawaii, along with my husband, Tiki Dave, who is my administrator-in-chief today, running the music and taking your comments and throwing all that information to me because I've got no monitor today to see the messages. So if you have any questions, please feel free to go ahead and post them, and Tiki Dave will go ahead and let me know what's happening out there. Now, from the beginning, so this is session 5, we have learned how many songs already? We started off with the Hukilau, Little Grass Shack were the first 2 that we learned, and then we moved on to a beautiful tune called Hawaiian Lullaby, which we've worked on a couple weeks, but I want to go back and revisit that particular one. And then if time permits, we're going to learn a brand new song, or at least a portion of a brand new tune today. So how many of you out there in Hula Land are first timers with me today? Raise your hands so I can see. Do you have a lot of hands raised? Oh, if you're a first timer today, what we're going to do, folks, is we're just going to take a little bit of time at the top of the class to go over some of the basic hula steps. Okay, it's very simple. Hula is storytelling, really, with your entire body, primarily your hands, but you incorporate your aloha with your smiles and your toot, as the young people say. Do they say that? The toot or attitude, if you will, happiness, sadness, joy, glee, the movement of the hands, the way the body moves in the hula, all tells a story. Okay, so let's start with the very basic step in hula, and that is something called the kaholo, K-A-H-O-L-O. Holo in Hawaiian means to move, to go, or to travel. Like when, let's say, when my husband, Tiki Dave, and I go out and about, it's time to go holo holo. Holo holo means to just go gallivanting, go shopping, maybe go and eat somewhere awesome, like we did just yesterday in Kona. Oh my God, the best food ever at a place called TK. TK Noodle in Kailua, Kona. The best. I'll talk more about food later. So let's get started with the basic hula step. Now, we're always going to go in the right direction. So because the video flips the image, I dance to my left so that when you see it, you see me going to the right. So you're always going to start in the right position or heading to the right. The basic step, let's not worry about the hips right now, is the basic holo. And all you're going to do is take 2 steps to your right, 2 steps to your left. So we're simply going to put our hands on our hips. So don't worry about the bending just yet. We're going to talk about that in a sec. We're going to take 2 steps. Now, when you take those steps, you want to take nice small steps, not too big, not too small, very comfortable steps to your right. You're going to step out, bring your feet together. And then you're going to step again and bring your feet together, okay? And then you're going to repeat on the opposite direction, or to the opposite direction, if you will. Step to your left, bring your feet together, step to your left, and bring your feet together, like so. So it's just a repeat of that groove. So let's try it with a little bit of music in the background, and then we'll talk about how to get those hula hips going, okay? So here we go. Just stay with the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, we go. To the left, step together. Make sure you join or you bring the feet together. And count to yourself. You're at home, nobody knows. So you're going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure your posture is nice and straight, shoulders nice and high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop. That is your basic kaholo. Now, to get those hula hips moving, you have to do what we call aiha'a. Aiha'a means to bend the knees. So, when we kaholo, the knees are going to be slightly bent. Not too much, not too little. Now, you will find more advanced hula dancers tend to bend a little deeper. It all depends on your physical fitness, if you will, or age sometimes. Now, I'm a little past 20, so I can't dip as much or as deep as I used to dip. So we're going to bend the knees just a little bit, hands on the hips. We're going to do that same movement, 2 steps to the right and 2 steps to the left to the beat of the music. All right, you ready, Tiki Dave? And a 1, 2, 3, here we go. Step to the right and step to the left. Now you notice because my knees are bent, my hips are naturally moving side to side. The reason is because they have nowhere else to go when I bend the knees. Notice when I don't bend the knees and I lock my legs straight and stiff. Now I look like a robot, okay? So you get that robotic look when you don't bend the knee. When you bend the knee just a little bit, the hips have to move side to side. You shouldn't have to force it. They should naturally move side to side. Now, when you bend a little bit deeper, you will find that your hips will move a little bit more because the deeper you bend, the further out your hip must move to go side to side, okay? Now, also, the question that comes up is, hey, why do my shoulders keep moving side to side? That's because you're probably country line dancing. And when I say that, it's because in country line dancing, when you're doing the basic grapevine, it goes something like this, right? So when you're dancing, maybe a line dance, it's got 2 steps to the right, 2 steps to, that's too funky for line dancing. But you know, if you're doing a funky dance or if you're doing a country line dance, sometimes you end up doing that, the twist and the dip, twist and dip. Ole, that's not what we're doing with hula. You want to keep those shoulders straight, okay? Now, here's a good tip to try. If you find that your shoulders are moving side to side like that, think less funky thoughts, first of all. But what you can do when you're practicing your movement, take your fingertips, put them on your shoulders, like so. And you could see with your peripheral vision, you should be able to see your elbows and arms on the side of your body like so. So if you are tipping side to side and doing your funky line dance, you'll be able to see this. So just don't do it. It's that simple, right? Don't want to gain weight? Don't eat cookies. That's simple. Is it that simple? No, it's not. All right. Okay. So let's try it again. Hands on the hips, a little bit of bend in the knee. Basic kaholo. And to the right. 2, 3, 4. To the left. To the right. And to the left. That's it. Okay. The kaholo can be fast. Could be a quick pace. Or it could be very slow. But we'll always pretty much use a kaholo in every dance that we do. So that's the first step, the basic kaholo. The second step we use is something called the ami and the ami kuku. Ami uses what we call in Hawaii your okole. So you're making a rotating movement with your okole like so. Again, got to bend the knees to get your okole to move. If you have straight legs, straight knees, what ends up happening is this. Okay, so we want to stay away from that. Bend the knees, hands on the hips, and you're pushing your okole, your hips around in a circular movement. So again, the shoulders should remain straight and even. If you find that your shoulders are going side to side whilst you're umming, again, take your arms, fingers on the shoulders, keep those elbows up nice and high, and then that's something that you can practice on your off time, yeah? And speaking of practicing, don't forget that Tiki Dave is going to post the links to all of the classes, so you can always go back from the beginning. It's on the Tiki Dave YouTube channel, but he'll post the link later on in Kitty Creations, and so that you can go back as often as you want to go back and refer to any of the dances or the tips and tricks that I shared with you. Okay, so ami, hands on the hips. Again, we're going to aiha'a, bend the knees, and circular movement with the hips. Keep that posture nice and high and straight, so you don't want to be bending over. Okay, bring it up nice and tall. Holding your shoulders up, chest up nice and high, round and round, and that is the ami. Now the question often is posed, what direction do I ami? Do I ami to the left or do I ami to the right? I'm going to say, for my own selfish reasons, that I always ami left. So right now, you're seeing me ami right because we're in reverse mode, okay? But I always go to my left because it's most comfortable for me. But I think in general, if you are learning a hula and you have to ami, you'll usually start going in the right direction to your right, okay? But for today, we're going to do the left, okay? So we're going around. Now that is a basic ami. The other version of the ami that we do incorporate in the song is something called the ami kuku, which is 2 slow rotations of the hips, so 2 regular amis, and then you're going to double time it, meaning we're going to go slow, slow, quick, quick, quick. Again, slow, slow, and quick, quick, quick. Let's kaholo. A few kaholos. To the left, kaholo right. And let's try a ami kuku. Standing in place. 1 and a 2. And 1, 2, 3. Again. 1 and 2. And a 1, 2, 3. There you go. So that is the ami kuku. Now let's just go over our hand motions just a little bit for our first timers there. Are any of the first timers waving their hands? All right. Well, welcome again, first timers. Now let's talk about how you incorporate the hands into the hula. And, it is said here, hula is the heartbeat of Hawaii, and it certainly is. You can find hula, well, not too much everywhere because many things are closed down due to the pandemic, but that's why we're here for Hula at Home, sharing one of our very special dances of the people of Hawaii. So let's talk about moving our hands. Now, as I mentioned in my previous classes, oftentimes for those who are not familiar with hula dancing or have seen it on television, or perhaps watched a show or came to Hawaii or went somewhere and saw a hula dance, your first thoughts and impressions of hula dance or moving the hands usually ends up as something like this, with the dip to the side. That's a very Brady Bunch. Every TV show that came to Hawaii pretty much ends up doing the Brady Bunch hula, which is the dip or the push of the hands. Okay, that's really big, but it is incorrect. Okay, so let's talk about moving the hands properly. First and foremost, let's just take the hand and the arm lifted up. Using your wrist, lifting it ever so gently. Keep the fingers together, thumbs separated from the fingers, and you're going to gently lift the wrist and drop the wrist. Lift. Now you notice how the fingers naturally move up. It's like you're kind of like fluttering like a bird, but not as fast. Very gentle, up and down. Not too big, not too small. So when we incorporate that into our movements, for instance, our kaholo, we're going to take our right arm, We're going to extend it out to the side, left hand at the chest, and keep that hand up here nice and high, off to your left. So you don't want to be here because you're going straight into the tourist zone. Keep it here off to the side. When we kaholo, we're going to move the hands simultaneously with the same rhythm of the feet. Meaning, when we go to the right, we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. Anticipate the movement to the opposite side, lifting the arms and repeating 1, 2, 3, 4. To the right, 2, 3, and to the left. 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's try that for a few beats. All right, very nice. Aloha, everybody. We got 120 viewers today. Mahalo nui loa. Thank you very much for joining. And, of course, welcome to Hula at Home. I'm Leialoha. And you must be wondering, what's all of this madness behind me? Well, for those of you who know Tiki Dave and I, we've been part of the Princess Cruises family for a little over, or almost, was it over, or about 16 years. And many of those years have been spent on the Hawaiian cruises, the 15-day. Before it used to be, was it 14 before? The olden times? 15-day cruises from Los Angeles to Hawaii and back. And on these cruises, we have created a Hawaiian enrichment program, which has been so popular over the last, 10, 12 years. And many of you cruise with us season after season. Some people come several times a season. Some people stay on for months at a time, which is really awesome. But on that cruise, we present Hawaiian culture, whether it's ukulele classes with Tiki Day, which has become very popular. And, of course, he's got his ukulele program online. So if you haven't gotten involved and you want to join the play along, please do. Just visit Tiki Day's Facebook page. He's got all the scheduling there. And then I started the Hula at Home program a couple weeks ago because people were saying, Leialoha, we missed the hula on the ships, and can you bring it back? So I said, okay, why not? But on the ships, I also had craft classes, and I also had all of my handmade items available for sale, and people were asking about that as well. So all of these things here behind me, we have lei, which is a garland. Lepo'o. Po'o is a Hawaiian word for head, so head garlands as well. These are really cute because these are multitaskers. They work as a lei for your neck. You can adjust it to fit it around your papale, which is a Hawaiian word for hat. And then you can also wear it as a lepo'o around the head. And then, of course, we have our other leis. In fact, I used to teach people how to make these as well in my classes. And I'm hoping somewhere down the line soon I can start doing that online too. It's just, getting the funds together to get the supplies so that I can teach you online. So I'll keep you posted. Always visit Kini Creations on Facebook or even the Tiki Dave page for updates. So I'm going to post pictures and information about purchasing and shipping and all of it. Actually, shipping is free, so whatever. Okay, so let us carry on. Where was I? Okay, so let's just try a little bit of the kahola with the hands. We're going to incorporate the ami and the ami kuku, and then we're going to dive right in and go over a Hawaiian lullaby just a little bit, and then start with our new song. Okay, arms up. In the Hawaiian language, we say e ho'oma koko, which means are you ready? And if you are ready, you would reply with the word I. E is the word I, means yes. If you're not ready, then you would say ole, I'm not ready. So if you're not ready, have a seat, drink your coffee or wine or whatever you're indulging in right now, take a rest, and then meet up with us in a few minutes. So arms up. We go kahola to the right, and 1, 2, 3, kahola, 1 and 2, lift, 1 and 2, switch, 1. One more time. Now, hands standing in place, hands on the hips, and ami, and ami, and ami. Now let's try the kuku, ami kuku, and 1 and 2, and 1, 2, 3. One more set. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. There you go. So we're going to incorporate those movements today. Now let's go ahead and just review a Hawaiian lullaby. I know we've got some new people. And again, a big welcome to the Ukulele Society of America. I know you are out there. And there was a request for this song. In fact, didn't you guys just do? Last night at the get-together, Ukulele Society of America is a wonderful ukulele get-together. And they just busted out this song last night at their get-together. And so I know some of the ladies wanted to learn the hula. So we're just going to go over Hawaiian lullaby real quick. Now, Hawaiian lullaby is not a Hawaiian, it's an English language Hawaiian tune that is very popular, written by the late, great Peter Moon, and made popular by a group of lovely ladies who started singing together at a very young age. They went to the Kamehameha schools, a trio called Naleo Pilimehana. They go by the name of Naleo for short these days, but if you go and check whether you're on Siri or on Amazon's Alexa or whatever music program you use for yourself, take a look-see on Naleo, N-A-L-E-O is the name of this group, and they made this song beautiful and most popular. And many people have recorded it, but we like their version too. But I think, is this our version? This is their version. We do have our own version, the Elua version, but we'll talk about that later. So let's walk through the hand gestures. The lyrics of the song go, where I live, there are rainbows, with life in the laughter of morning and starry night. So we're going to start. Feet together. Now, the beginning of the song, you're actually standing in place. You're doing all the hand gestures, standing in place until the second verse kicks in. There are 2 verses to this song, so we go through the first verse, then we do the second verse, and then it comes back through again, repeating, and then you're going to come back the second time, second verse, first verse, okay? So we go, where I live, there are rainbows. You're going to lift both arms up to your side, this is my left, to your right. So your right arm is fully extended. Your left arm is kind of at the same level, about chest height, palms up. You're going to make a half circle, so you're sweeping all the way out to the front, okay? So you're shooting for the mirror image of this when you get here, okay? So you're here, you're bringing it around, where I live, palms are up. Now when we come back, we're going to turn our palms down and bring it back over to where we started from. And then from here, we're going to make our rainbow. So now, palms are going to face forward as we lift up over our head to the opposite side. And we're almost cheating forward a little bit. So you're not completely over your head like so, but cheating forward like so. So you're here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then make it back, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So from the top, we're going, where I live, bring it back. There are rainbows. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now from here, lyrics are with life and the laughter of morning and starry night. So we're here, where I live, there are rainbows, and boom, boom, boom. From here, you're going to lift the inner arm from here and lift it up like a nice big L. Remember when you were a cheerleader back in high school? Go team. So from here, life in the laughter, palms facing in, palms facing up, and we're going to come up. This extended arm is going to come up overhead to meet this one. Okay, so you're going to shoot for this. So you're here with life in the laughter of morning. So we're here where I live. Let's start from the top. Where I live, 2, 3, 4, and back. There are rainbows and back. We go with life in the laughter of morning. So we're here, life in the laughter, life in the laughter of morning. So from here, we're going slowly up, palms facing forward. To the side, bring it up, 2, 3, 4. From here, the arms are over the head, cheating forward just a little bit, palms facing forward, and now we're going to make our stars. To do that, your right arm will be higher than your left. Okay. Fingers together, thumb extended. You're going to close your fingertips to your thumb and then open like that. Boop, and open the fingers. So you're here. Same thing on the opposite hand, except the opposite arm is bent a little bit. Don't cover your face. Hand above the head. Close open, and then you're going to switch. So think windshield wiper. Okay? So we're moving like this. So close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open. So from here, we're here. Life in the laughter of morning and starry night. Okay, so from the top we go again. Where I live, 2, 3, 4, and back. There are rainbows and back we go with life in the laughter of 1, 2, 3 and starry night. Okay, let's try that with a little bit of music. It still sounds no, I mean when I'm singing in the mic, when it's coming back to me. Yeah, I have a little reverb. But it sounds overdriven. Maybe it's just my ears. Overdriven. All the meters are good. All right, so let's try it. So remember, standing in place, and you're actually going to be standing in place, and you're actually dancing the song for the first verse. But let's just walk through the hand gestures. Here we go. I know you said I know, I can hear it. Here we go. Arms up, and boom. Sweep it up, across, and get those arms fully extended. No cheating. Arms overhead again, fully extended. 2, 3, 4, and back. Life in the laughter. Overhead, and then the stars. Close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open. That's it. Okay, let's try that one more time. Now, before we do, keep this in mind because I know this question comes up often. People will ask me, or if they see me dancing a hula, it's like, why are your eyes like all over the place? I noticed that when you dance, your eyes follow your hands. Yes. When you get familiar with the song, when you become familiar with the song, when you're dancing, you want your eyes to follow your hands. For instance, where I live, my eyes will follow my hands. Like so, where I live, there are rainbows and back, and with life in the laughter of morning and starry nights. So when you get familiar, when you're learning the song and you're trying to remember where the hands go, where the feet go, try not to concern yourself with where your eyes need to go yet until until you're familiar with the song. Okay, so let's try it again. From the tippy top, where I live, there are rainbows with life in the laughter of morning. So remember, 1 and 2 and slowly up. Then the stars, 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 stars. Okay? Ooh, speaking of stars, we're going to talk about stars in a little bit. Here we go, where I live. Push it out. Bring it back. And up. Life in the laughter of morning. And life open. Bring the hands up. And stars. Close, open. Close, open. Close, open. Close, open. That's the whole first verse. All right. Speaking of stars, I mentioned before, you'll see the notification there on the screen. Kathy, Charlene, Jill, and Janine, mahalo, and welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you want to throw a little, as my husband says, shekels in the star jar. Well, for the stars, is you can send me as many stars as you want. 2 stars, 50 stars, 10,000 stars, whatever you want to do. And of course, we have our virtual Aloha tip jar there. So if you want to donate a little bit of money to the Aloha Foundation, please feel free. Never expected, but always appreciated. We love bringing this to you, and things cost, to get this up and running. So we appreciate your generosity. Okay, so let's try it one more time now. Let's not try it one more time, because I want to go into the next verse, because the next verse is very similar to the first verse. So again, where I live, there are rainbows with flowers full of color and birds filled with song. Okay, so same thing, where I live, there are rainbows with flowers full of color. So let's talk about picking your flower. To pick your flower, you're going to take both arms fully extended in front of your body like so. Okay, you don't want to be in here, because this is kind of like a natural go-to, like resting your elbows on your girls. But keep those arms fully extended. Okay, you should not have a bend in your elbow, and they should be shoulder width apart, fingers together, palms facing down. And just like the stars, you're going to join your fingertips to your thumb. Turn your hands over, and remember, you want to keep it in the same position. This often happens when you pick the flower. The arms naturally want to go in, because it's just what it does. But keep those arms in the same place. Here, pick your flower, you turn it over, and then you're going to open your blossoms, which means you're just going to take your hands, open your palms, and you want to extend the fingers, or open the fingers as well. We're going 1 and 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so same thing, where I live, there are rainbows with flowers full of color. Here, flowers full of color, and birds filled with song. For the birds, take your fingertips, as I mentioned earlier when I talked about keeping your balance here. So you're doing the same thing, actually. Fingertips on the shoulder, keep those elbows up nice and high, palms facing down and in. Open up your arms, fully extended to the side, so they should be straight on either side of your body. Turn the hands, palms over, down. You're going to drop your arms down to your hips, then bring them back up straight, excuse me, to where you were at before. So it's 1 and 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So here, 1. Birds filled with song. Again, excuse me, birds filled with song. So let's walk through the second verse. We're going, where I live, bring it back. There are rainbows and back. Then your flowers, with flowers full of color and birds filled with song. Okay, let's try that with a little bit of the music. Can we go forward to the second verse? I think I'll have time to go through the whole song and then start part of our next song, which you're going to love. If you love the island of Kauai, you're going to like this next one, okay? So second verse, where I live, there are rainbows, flowers full of color. Here we go. Just standing in place for now. Arms up, where I live. Can I get a little more music, sir? Bring it back. Rainbows up and up. Flowers, pick the flower. Pick your flower, turn it over the hand, and birds at the shoulders. Shoulder, open up, drop it down, and back up. Beautiful. Then the song goes on. I can smile when it's raining and touch the warmth of the sun. I hear children laughing in this place that I love. Okay, so very simple. I can smile. So you're going to take both arms like you're pointing to yourself. Okay. You want your elbows up nice and high. Your hands are going to be just at your chest, palms facing in, elbows up high. Not here. This is the natural go-to. Because you start here, you've got nowhere to go. And that's just being lazy. So just bring them up. Okay, and you'll feel better and you'll look better too. So elbows up nice and high. So you're going to start at the chest and then you're going to lift up to the side of the mouth. So when we lift up, the elbows are going to come up too. Bring the arms and elbows up with you. So the lyric goes, I can smile when it's raining. So for the rain, you're going to take both arms again, just like when you were doing the stars. Lift them up nice and high, shoulder width apart, palms forward, palms facing flat. We're going to make the rain. So the rain's going to come down like so. When we come down with the rain, the arms stay fully extended like so. Count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stopping right here. So we're here. I can smile when it's raining. Again we go. I can smile when it's raining. One more time we go. I can smile when it's raining. So when we come down from the rain, our arms are here, which is a perfect transition to the next movement, which is touch the warmth of the sun. So we're extended already. We're going to go right over left. So palms facing each other, fingers together. Count of 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. So the arms just flipping it over. Okay. We go 1, 2, 1, 2. And then the sun is a quick movement. So both arms fully extended to the side. Again, fingertips together, thumbs extended. And the hands and the arms are going to come up overhead to make a nice half circle. As I come up, notice my hands. Okay, my palms are facing out. My fingers are together, thumb extended, and I'm kind of rounding my hands up a little bit as I reach up. So my arms are also rounded off too. So we're here 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Okay, so I can smile. I can smile when it's raining and touch the warmth of the sun. Then overhead. Then the big finish is I hear children laughing. So to listen or to hear, you're going to take your left hand, cup it into a C like so. Again, keeping the fingers together, thumb separate from the fingers, and you're going to like make a C for Castle High School. C, 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 A, S. Bring that hand to the back of your ear. Whilst doing that, think about your elbow here. Pull the elbow back. Okay, our natural instinct is usually this, but we want to go for that. That looks fabulous. Not so much. Okay, so pull the elbow back, hand behind the ear, left hand, right hand is extended out, fully extended, palm facing forward, almost flat, fingers together. Okay, so we're starting here, count to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The lyric is, I hear children laughing. So we're here, I hear children. Then we're going to switch to the mouth, doing the same thing. So this extended arm now is going to cup the side of your mouth. And then you're going to bring it here. Okay, now remember, keep that elbow back. So we're here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. At the ear, 2, 3, 4. Then mouth, 2, 3, 4. I hear children laughing. And then the big finish in this place that I love. Very simple. Take both arms, just drop them to the side. Okay, so they should be fully extended, palms facing into your hips. You're going to take the arms, you're going to bring them together, making a big circle like this. So palms are facing in, cross in front of your body below, then up, overhead, open the arms, and then you'll end up here. We've got a lot of time to kill, so take your time. It goes, in this place that I love, then you're here. And then the song starts again. So what are we going to do to transition to the beginning again? We're going to take that left arm here, just drop it down like so. And boom, you're ready for Where I Live. There are rainbows. Okay, let's just go for it. You got a message for me? 134. Awesome. Once again, mahalo everybody. Welcome. E komo mai. Welcome to Hula at Home with Leialoha. I'm Leialoha coming to you live from Hilo, Hawaii. And you know what? I'm looking out today and it is a nice day. It's been super, super rainy. I mean, Hilo is just naturally a wet place. But we drove to Kona yesterday and it was raining cats and dogs halfway down to Kona. And then when we got to Kona, it was a beautiful day. And then this morning was rainy and the sun is out. So I think I'm going to go work on my deep dark Hawaiian suntan today in the backyard. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. All right, let's just start from the top, walk through the whole song one time, and then we're just going to go for it. And then dance the whole thing the way it was intended to be. So we're going to incorporate those kaholos in a little bit, okay? So don't get too comfy standing in place. But for now, we'll just stand in place and walk through the song. So here we go from the top where I live, arms up. Bring it around. 1, 2, 3. Bring it back. 1, 2. Overhead. And up. 2, 3, 4. Life in the laughter. So the L, we go here. Overhead. And then the stars are coming up. And 1. So again, where I live. 3, 4. Where I live, there are rainbows. Same movement. There are rainbows. Overhead. Flowers full of color. Pick your flower. Pick your flower. Turn it over and open. And birds. Birds. Open up. Down. I can smile. So chest to the mouth. I can smile under the rain. Then palm on palm. And remember that quick movement with the sun. 1, 2, 1, 2. Arms out. Overhead. At the ear, pull the elbow back. Switch to the mouth. Then drop your arms. Take your time. In this place that I love. There you go. Now we start again. Reverse order. Drop that left arm. We're ready to start again. Now coming back through, we're coming back in reverse order, meaning flowers full of color would be the first one, the first segment. Flowers full of color. Turn it over and open. And birds. Open up. I can smile. Chest to the mouth. I can smile. When it's raining, then palm on palm, touch the warmth of the sun. Extend those arms. 1, 2, arms up, and then the ear. I hear children laughing. Drop your arms in this place that I love. Now the last verse is the first verse. Drop that left arm again. Where I live. Beautiful. Bring it back. Are you feeling it? Overhead and up. 2, 3. Life in the laughter of morning. So first verse, big finish coming up. With life in the laughter. Bring the arm up. Now the big finish is stars, stars, stars. 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Both hands overhead. Flip it over. You're going to drop your arms nice and slow. Drop it down to the side. Think happy thoughts. Drop your arms to the side. Take a step back with your right foot. Weight in the back. And then you're going to take a bow. Mahalo. There you go. Hawaiian lullaby. Okay. So for the actual song, we dance it. Do you have a note for me? Okay, for the actual song, Where I Live, There Are Rainbows. With life in the laughter of morning and starry nights. Now, when the second verse kicks in, you want to be mindful when you're doing your stars because the kaholo is going to kick in. So when we do the second verse, which is Where I Live, There Are Rainbows with flowers full of color, you're here, boom, 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 where I, and then get ready for that to happen. Okay, and then we're just going to kaholo all the way through till the end. We're going to stand in place, the 8 stars, bring your arms down, and then we're going to take a bow, and you're going to feel awesome. Let me check my time. Holy moly. Okay, let's go for it. One more time from the top. So remember, when we're doing the stars the first time through, and I say get ready to kaholo, that's going to kick in all the way through. Okay, here we go. Once again, welcome, folks. Mahalo nui loa. Don't forget, we've got a Tiki Dave's ukulele session coming up at 1, is that correct? 1 p.m. Hawaiian time. So if you haven't checked it out, bring your ukulele along or just log in and check it out. It's a lot of fun. Here we go. From the top, so standing in place. Here we go. Where sweep, bring it back, then overhead. Life in the laughter of morning. So your big L, sweep overhead, and then the hand comes. Then you start. Get ready to move. Here we go. Kaholo and kaholo right. 2, 3, kaholo left. Beautiful. Then your rainbow. Flowers full of color. Pick your flower. Pick your flower. Turn it over. Then open. And then bird at the shoulder. Open up. I can smile. So chest to the mouth. We go. I can smile. Then the rain. Then palm on palm. 1, 2. Arms out. Overhead at the ear. Then the mouth. Pull that elbow back. And then your big circle in this place that I love. I do love Hilo, except for the rain. Beautiful. Now we start again. Remember, reverse order. Drop the left hand where I go. So we're coming back. It's flowers full of color. There are rainbows. Lift those arms up. Flowers full of color. Turn it over. And birds filled with song. I can smile when it's raining, chest to the mouth. I can smile in the rain. With palm on palm, touch the warmth of the sun. 1, 2, 1, 2. Arms out. Overhead, at the ear, pull it back. Then to the mouth, pull it back. Then in this place, big circle. This place that I love. Last time, where I live, drop the left hand, and where I live, bring it back. There are rainbows. So life in the laughter of morning. First verse is the last verse with life in the laughter, bringing the arms up. Now standing in place for the big finish. 8 stars. 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Both hands above the head. Flip the hands over. Drop your arms down to the side. Take your time. Nice and slow. Did that feel good? I bet it did. Drop it to the side. Take a breath. Step back. Take a bow. There you go. That one is especially for Ukulele Society of America. Mahalo, folks. Do we have time? Okay, good. So there you go. That's Hawaiian Lullaby. Now, as I mentioned earlier, folks, for those of you who had missed the previous classes, it's not too late. Tiki Dave is going to be posting the links on the Tiki Dave YouTube page so that you can go and review all the videos from the beginning. We are how many songs deep now? 4? We're 4 hulas deep, and we're going to be 5 or 4.5 in just a few minutes. So I want to introduce to you now a beautiful song, which is another, I don't want to really call it a hapa-haole song. Would you consider this a hapa-haole song? Yeah, okay, it is a hapa-haole song. Now, hapa in Hawaiian, the Hawaiian language spelled H-A-P-A, means half of something. And haole was the word given to the first fair-skinned or Caucasian people that came to Hawaii. Look it up. Google it. H-A-O-L-E. I don't want to get into the particulars because there are different meanings for it. But in the Hawaiian music genre, if you will, when we speak of hapa-haole music, we're talking about songs that have a Hawaiian island feel to it, but yet have English lyric. Classic hapa-haole tunes are songs like the ones I've taught you already. Hukila, Little Grass Shack. You got songs like Pearly Shells, Tiny Bubbles. The list goes on and on. So I believe this one falls into that same genre, even though it's more of a kind of like a traditional popular island tune. which takes us to the beautiful Garden Isle of Kauai, one of our favorite places. In fact, for those of you who know us from the cruise ships, my husband and I have been working in the cruise industry for many, many years, and primarily the Hawaiian cruises. And one of our favorite places. Well, we love all the islands, but Kauai is so beautiful if you haven't been already. This particular song talks about the beautiful island of Kauai and a place called Hanalei. Now, if you're a movie buff, you may have seen, I'm sure a lot of times when they do film, and they do film many, many movies on both Oahu and Kauai. What was the, I'm going to watch that man right out of my head, send him on his way. South Pacific with Mitzi Gaynor. Now, that was filmed on Kauai and the beautiful Hanalei Bay as well. So this song talks about Kauai and the beauty of Hanalei, and the song is called Hanalei Moon. The lyrics go, when you see Hanalei by moonlight, you will be in heaven by the sea. Now the beauty of this song is for the feet, it's the same kaholo that we've been doing before, the same basic movement, but I'm going to teach you actually something new, and it's called a ka'o. And the ka'o, spelled K-A, okina, is the glottal stop in the Hawaiian language. So when you're saying ka'o, K-A, okina, o, as opposed to cow, K-A-O. So even in like many of the words that you hear us pronouncing or you see, like Hawaii, people say Hawaii, but it really is Hawaii or Hawaii, or the street we live on is Ho'olaulea. People say Ho'olaulea. So the okina really makes a huge difference in the meaning of the word as well. So remember proper pronunciation. So when you see Hanalei by moonlight, you will be in heaven by the sea. So the ka'o is essentially, it's a side-to-side kind of movement. The actual movement looks like this because we're just stepping side to side. So for the beginner, I think we'll just kind of go with this. Step together, step together, step together, right? As opposed to the actual ka'o, you're lifting your hip and your heel and you're switching back and forth. That's a tough one to get a hold of. So we're going to work on that more next week, the actual ka'o movement. And then we're just going to go the side to side for now so I can get you through as much of the song as I can. And so just basic kaholo and ka'o, all right? So the lyrics go, when you see Hanalei by moonlight, you will be in heaven by the sea. So, when you think of the lyric and then think about the hand gestures that I taught you, we'll primarily use similar ones, for all the songs that we do. So to see or to look or to see, we're going to go out to your right. I'm thinking reverse, my left. So you're going to take your left hand. So remember when we were doing the here at the ear? We're going to do C. So we're going to be at the eyes here, okay? So from here, you're going to sweep. Your left hand is out the side of your eye, not curled in, but again, extend it out. Your other arm is going to come over, almost over your arm, and you're going to sweep out, like so. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to repeat 1, 2, 3. When you see Hanalei by. Now the moonlight we're going to do. For the moon, we did the moon earlier in Hawaiian Lullaby, but we did it quickly from here to here. But we're going to do it slow. Count to 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you see Hanalei by moonlight. 3 and 4. Okay? So again, when you see 2, 3, Hanalei by moonlight, 2, 3, 4. You will be in heaven by the sea. So you're going to flip your hands over now. So you're here, just like in Hawaiian Lullaby. Palms over and up, and you're going to bring your hands down, all the way down to your hips. So we're going to go from the moon to the sea. So moonlight, 3 and 4, you will be in heaven by the sea. So for the motion of the ocean, you're going to drop your hands, your arms are down at your hips, and palms are facing down. You're going to lift your right wrist, left wrist, right wrist, left. Try saying that 20 times quickly. Right wrist, left wrist, right wrist, left wrist. Okay. You will be in heaven by the 1, 2, 3 again. When you see Hanalei by moonlight overhead, then turn it over. You will be in heaven by the sea. 2, 3, 4. Okay? And let's try with a little bit of music. Minutes. Oh my God. So don't forget, every Friday, ladies and gentlemen, Hula at home with Leialoha, 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. Hawaiian time. So make sure you double check, triple check. So let's just the hands for now. Until that part I taught you. When you see, here we go. We go. When you see 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Turn it over. You will be in heaven, then the ocean. 2, 3. Again from the top. One more time from the top. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. When you see, here we go. When you see 2, 1, then the moon. 1, 2, 3. Turn it over and a 1, 2. Then the ocean. Drop it down by the sea. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Now the next lyric goes, every breeze, every wave will whisper, you are mine, don't ever go away. So every breeze, hands on the hips. You're going to take your right hand and you're going to play cowboys and Indians. What does that mean? Like, what do you call lasso, I guess. Did you ever play cowboy and Indians, David, when you were a kid? I never did, so I just saw it on TV. But like waving lasso over your head. So the kamakani, the breeze. So every breeze, every wave will whisper. Your left hand is on your hip. You're going to take your right arm and you're going to sweep. It's like the wind is blowing over your head. Shh. So we're going one time. Shh. You don't have to make the sound, but if you want to, you can. Every breeze. Okay, so we're going to go one time around. 1 and 2. Bring that hand down, opposite side. 1 and 2. Every breeze, every wave will whisper. 2 fingers like shh. Okay, so you're going to bring it to your mouth. Sorry, I changed that. At the hip, you're going to whisper. So from the mouth out, switch sides. 1 and 2. So it's samesies. Right, left, meaning every breeze, every wave will from the mouth, switch from the mouth. Okay? So, when you see Hanalei by moonlight, you'll be in heaven by the sea. Then every breeze, switch. Every wave will whisper, and 1 and 2. You are mine, don't ever go away. So from the chest, you're going from the chest. I changed that too, sorry. At the hips. So 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. So we're here, every breeze, every wave will whisper, you are mine, you are mine, out and in, you are mine, don't ever go away. 2, 1 and 2. You are mine. Don't ever go. No. You are mine. Don't ever go, no, no. Who's that? No and no. You are mine. Don't ever go, no, 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 no. Okay, so every breeze, every way will whisper from the mouth. You are mine. Don't ever go away. 2, 3, and 4. Let's try it from the tippy top. How's my time? Woo, woo, woo. We're going to have to do the chorus next week. Rats. Okay, here we go. From the tippy top, when you see. And when you see. Hanalei by moonlight, so take your time. We're going out and up. Turn it over. And then the ocean, you go left, right. Now then the wind, kamakani, over the head on the right side. 1, switch, 1, and then the right whisper, front, out. Then out, in, out, in, out, in, and shake your head, shake your head. Okay, let's try that one more time, but we're going to incorporate the feet. But before we do, a quick reminder, folks, again, thank you so much for joining us. We do have our stars if you want to throw some stars away. We've got a virtual Aloha chip jar if you want to throw a few shekels, as my husband says, into the tip jar. It is not expected, most certainly appreciated. And of course, for those of you know that I'm a mask maker. I know a lot of you have my Hawaiian masks here. I have my, in fact, for those of you not in the know, visit my Kini Creations Facebook page. I have a catalog of tons of primarily Hawaiian prints. My 3D masks are probably the most popular. And for those of you who are also the tiki heads, I've got 2 new tiki prints. Check it out. I've got the blue tiki coming out, and I've got the yellow tiki. For the hula enthusiasts, I've got some new hula patterns. I'm going to be posting them on my Kini Creations page. I've got several new prints and some Hula Girl ones, which are super. You can't see here because it's so far away, but Hula Girl prints as well. And of course, I'll be posting up my handmade lei for those of you who want to get laid Hawaiian style. Ha ha ha. I said that online. So I'll be putting some information up today, a little later today on Kini Creations. And of course, like I said, David's going to be posting the link on the Tiki Dave Facebook page, and also for the link that's on YouTube so that you can go and check out the old videos if you want to practice your hula. Mahalo nui loa. I also want to say hello to Mrs. Lem out there. You know, I thank you for inspiring me because I went into the garage and I found my hula hoop in the garage. So I'm going to bust that out, see if I can still hula hoop like the best of them. All right, let's try it from the top. So we're going to incorporate the feet with this one up to this part. We're going to work on the chorus next time because I'm all out of time. We got to get set up for the next activity here in Hilo, ukuleleing with Tiki Dave, Ukuleleville, and his Tiki heads. So let's try that from the top. We're going to incorporate the arms with the koholo. Here we go, koholo right. 1. Now when you see at the eyes, 1, switch, 1, and then the moon, 1, 2, 3, turn it over, take your time, 1, be in heaven by the sea, and then the motion of the ocean, 1, 2, then every breeze, kamakani on the right side, swoosh, and swoosh, and then whisper, 1, and out, and 1, then out, in, out, in, shake your head, and shake your head. And that, my friends, is 7/8 of Hanalei Moon. We're going to learn the chorus next time around, but I do thank you so very much once again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining. Always having fun here. It's a great low-impact exercise. Tell a friend. You know, the guys can hula along with us as well. We will see you next Friday. Same time, same bat channel. Unless anything changes, we'll be here once again. We'll go over our little grass shack and Hukilau next time. We didn't have any time today to do that. Then work on the ending of our Hanalei Moon, and of course revisit the beautiful Hawaiian lullaby. Once again, on behalf of my husband Tiki Dave, I'm Leialoha. We say in Hawaii, make aloha pumehana apolo ya oko. Thank you so very much for joining us. Y'all have a very, very safe and beautiful, beautiful day. Don't forget to get masked up. Take care, social distance. Do what you got to do so we can get over this madness. To see you back on the cruise ships again. So mahalo nui loa and aloha.